Hey y'all, Jesse Petersen here with Let's Make Art. I'm a mixed media artist and I love art journaling. Today I have a project for you that's a little different. It's not art journaling, but you can apply it to your art journaling. It's one of my favorite things we do. It is our Let's Make Art Matter postcard. Sorry, I get excited when I'm here. Thank you, Keenan. He is our art cheerleader and makes us laugh.
I didn't mean to yell matter so loudly.
And he tells me what to do as far as camera angles and stuff like that. So we're gonna make this postcard. Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Simple and fun. So that is what we're gonna do here. And so let me tell you about Let's Make Art Matter. It is a program that we do to just put good vibes out in the world. We make art and we send it to someone, and we have these people that are recipients that are submitted by our community here at Let's Make Art, and it's awesome because we have this list of people that we can send postcards to and make their day a little brighter and create something for fun. So today's recipient is Ann Wallace, and I'm going to read you a little bit about her.
Ann Wallace.
Mm-hmm. Ann Wallace has always loved art and has always believed its expression of the soul. Recently, her husband had surgery that went unexpected, and now he resides in a nursing home where he can be monitored. Since then, the virus closed off social outlets for Ann, unable to safely visit her husband or go to church or even have family visit her. She's been kind of lonely. So she's an avid lover of all forms of art, and we think that having little pick-me-up cards would make her smile and take her mind off all that's going on with her. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. We're making some art for Ann.
Ann needs some love.
Yeah. So fun, right? So if you are a subscriber with Let's Make Art, you get a postcard already pre-stamped and self-addressed, ready to go. If you would like to make this with us and you're not a subscriber, don't worry. You can email our customer happiness team to get the address and use a postcard and do this right along with us. Okay, so the supplies we're gonna use today, really simple. We're gonna use this black Dr. P.H. Martin Spectralite liquid acrylic, and it dries matte, which I love. We're gonna use a jelly roll pen, white, and you'll need a paintbrush. Any paintbrush is fine because we're just gonna paint that black background. So that's the steps. Paint it black, do the stencil, do the outline little squigglies.
Little squigglies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got it. That's it. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna bring my mat over here just to keep my surface from getting paint on it. So that's what we're gonna do. Bring my blank paste card over here. Make sure I've got it the right side up. First step, black paint. Sometimes I like limiting my color and just working with black and white. It's kind of fun.
I also like black and white.
Yeah. I'm gonna get my paintbrush wet just a little bit. I'm gonna get some paints on my brush. And I'm just going to paint this black, really simple. So I got a little bit of water on my brush, so that's making it not as opaque. Get more paint on there and it'll be more opaque. This is watercolor paper, so it's really soaking it up. It's thirsty paper.
Thirsty paper.
And this is the thirsty brush. So it's really got a lot of paint in there.
Thirsty is
nice.
Such a good phrase.
Well, I stole that from you. You said that about my brush once.
All right, thirsty is a good phrase.
I'm going with it because I liked it.
Now, is this going to dry faster because it's more liquidy, or does it depend on how much paint you put down?
This paint is typically liquid, more liquid than other paint, which the viscosity is thinner. So it does dry faster, pretty quickly actually, which I really like. And it's great for art journaling because, you know, we're working in a book that we want to turn the page and move on. And you can do that. It's quicker if you're using paint that dries faster. Now, because it's thinner, you might have to do more layers to get the opacity you need, but that's okay. I would trade quick drying for more layers all day long. But just different qualities of paint, you get different benefits. Those are good. That was a good question, Keen. I'm glad you asked that. Because we always have new people joining in our tutorials and learning things for the first time, so we make sure that we explain all these things. I'm just going to do another coat. You know, and I kind of like some of it being varying in opacity. I think that's kind of fun. So, you know, you don't have to get it like perfectly solid black everywhere. You can do whatever you want because that white's still going to pop on this. But
I did this to a page in my art journal actually.
just use black?
Yep, I used just black, and then I think I used bleed proof white.
Yeah?
It may have been white acrylic, I can't remember, and I wrote something on it, but I can't remember what it was.
It just sounds like you need to get back in your art journal.
I just opened it up yesterday. I was gonna do it on Monday.
Oh,
I got distracted by the piano though.
Well, piano is good too.
Yeah, it's
Just
good art.
Whatever outlet that just gives yourself a break. Sometimes we just get going on everything in life and we forget to give ourselves a break. And one thing I'm learning about my own productivity is that I always think I don't have time and I don't give myself a break and then I'm not that productive. But if I give myself a little break, you know, from work and whatever, just a brain break, then I'm more productive. It's so hard to remember that though.
It is hard.
Okay, we're gonna let this dry and we'll be right back. Okay, this is feeling dry, looking flat. Keenan, just hit it with the heat gun to help us get this going a little faster. You have tips on that heat gun, Keenan?
I do. What I noticed was, depending on what side of the paper you direct the heat towards, it will fold. Let me say this right. It will curl towards the heat. So if you are wanting it to be super bendy, stay on one side. But if you want it to stay flat, you have to alternate sides. And where your fingertips are, because if you don't move your fingertips, it will rotate from the weight of the paper and your fingers will be the bending points. Fun fact.
Fun fact. Thank you, Keenan. Yeah,
You're
so
welcome.
same in your art journal. If you've got something wet and you're drying it, you try to dry it on both sides of the paper to kind of keep it flat. And this is pretty flat, this postcard that he dried for us. I'm just putting this on here and then I'm kind of lining up, just eyeballing it. Okay, that's that far from this edge, that far from that edge, so I need to move it over that way a little bit. Or you could do math and stuff.
What?
You could do like, this is
Why would you want to do math?
15, 7.5. You could do it like right in there.
Yeah.
So it's about, still looks like I'm super far that way. I'm gonna move it over a little bit. It's gonna be great no matter what.
It's gonna be great.
Yes, that looks like about the right middle. Okay, so I'm gonna take my stencil, I'm gonna tape it down. I feel like that took a really long time for me to get that on there. Sorry, guys. Just kind of want it in the middle, but it's all right. Or if you want, I'm just gonna move this up a little bit. I think that would be nice.
You've changed your mind? What if...
Now, that's right where I want it.
That's nice.
Because I just wanted a little bit more space at the
I
top.
hear you. I get it.
Thanks. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to put anything in the center. You could do it off the edge.
Yeah.
Get crazy.
Use the rule of thirds.
Okay. Yes. All right, maybe just one more piece of tape.
What if you did the corners?
This is good. All right. I just want it to be flat because this guy is like a little.
Oh, I see.
This needs it. So I'm going to press it down when I'm doing my pen. Okay. And I'm going to test my pen, make sure it's working on my tape. That's what I'm going to do. Looks great. Got a little something in there. What is that? It's going to be fine. All right. So you can see this one. I filled in the shapes on here. You can just do the outlines if you want, or you can fill them in. It's all up to you. And it's just so fun. So like when I'm doing stuff like this, it just gives me a chance to relax and just be in the moment. Oh. And if your pen slips and you get something somewhere you didn't want, we can always clean up the white with a black pen. So Don't worry too much.
But it also personalizes it. Can't copy that sort of thing.
That is so true. I love that. Love it. Okay, I just did the outline. You could do that for your design, or you can fill it in. I'm gonna fill mine in. There we go. My pen just needed a little priming. Sometimes that happens. Yeah, sometimes I just really need a little detail project where I'm not thinking too hard about it. I'm just making something, filling in some shapes, zoning out.
Yeah.
I like it.
You could even make it, get a little risky with it, and do just the outline of each shape on one side.
Ooh.
And the other side be filled in.
Yeah, you could get crazy.
You could do every other one.
Alternating.
Alternating. That's the word I was looking for.
I like that. And there's a couple more stencils well, there are 3 other stencils this size on here, so you could try a different stencil even with the black and white. Or
That's true. You could do half one, half the other. But that would take a long time to line up.
Well, I have tried lining up one part of one stencil with another part of a stencil, and that's kind of fun too. I go over that one in the Serenity one. Layering stencils.
I like those shapes.
These like sort of fan shapes.
Yeah.
Inside here. Kind of cool, like kind of like mermaid scales or something.
Ooh, mermaid scales.
Okay, that one is just, I'm going to put my finger down to hold that flat while I'm coloring it in so my pen doesn't skip underneath the stencil. And I find these really intricate ones much easier to use a pen than it is like a stencil brush. You can still get this stencil brush effect, but sometimes it gets a little messy. So if you like the more precise-ish look, then a pen's going to do that for you. Just like coloring sometimes. Feels good.
Have you ever done the paint by numbers things?
No.
I haven't either.
My friend Drea has.
Really?
Yeah, she had a wolf painting that she brought to my house like 10 years ago. I worked on it a little bit here and there. And I keep finding it when I had like pack a backs or move or whatever. And I always like shoot a picture of it to her. Hey, remember this wolf painting? It's good times. Yeah, you could do it in order. You could skip around. I was watching a show where somebody was describing how they have to eat their ice cream in a certain way because it's like how they do it.
Oh.
Like it's a ritual to eat all the chocolate chips first or something.
What?
Yeah. It's pretty funny actually. I kind of like that when people have like a certain way they do stuff.
Now, every time I eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I have to, I enjoy eating the part I like the least, which is the crust. I like eating it first.
Get that out of the way.
Get it out of the way. And then I have just straight dough, peanut butter, and jam. So, I get it. You know, have a method to the madness.
Yeah, I approach the grocery store the same way every time.
I always have to walk around the store once before I leave.
Oh, this is so fun. I just like it. Just like doing the details sometimes. It's relaxing.
It is relaxing. It sounds nice too. Have you ever watched an ASMR video?
Yes.
Those are satisfying.
Mm-hmm. I've been trying this like nighttime app where you like color these 3D things with like chill music in the background to kind of like chill out. I like it.
Sounds relaxing. I frequently wake up in the middle of the night for no reason.
Yeah?
And the other night, to help me go to sleep, disclaimer, did not work. But I decided to get on Spotify and look for music. I just typed in sleep because I was like, I'm trying to sleep, so maybe this will help me. And now it's like just the most peaceful music. It's no lyrics. It's piano. Sometimes it has rain in the background of the music. It's so peaceful.
I love that kind of stuff.
Oh,
It's
it did
good.
not help me sleep.
One thing that helps me sleep is not being on my phone and doing something with my hands, something like this actually before I go to bed. I don't know if it's like relaxing. I don't always think to do it, but when I do, it kind of helps.
I mean, that makes sense.
Like sewing or art before I go to bed. It's not on a screen.
I know reading is supposed to help you sleep.
Well, that's true unless it's a murder mystery and you're about to find out what's going to happen.
True.
And then I'm like, well, I got to finish this.
That's true. You got to figure it out. Get to the bottom of the mysteries.
Yeah, I've been watching a couple of listening to a couple of those. I guess that's not reading, it's listening. Do people say they read a book if it was an audible, like, audio book?
I don't know.
Because I always feel a little guilty, like I didn't read it, I listened to it.
Sometimes it's easier to listen to a book than it is to read. If you don't have a lot of time, you can do two things at once.
My tape is super sticky and it's sticking to my template. It's okay because my template's so good, but this is like unusually sticky painter's tape. Usually it peels off really nicely. Sorry, what were you saying? I just got caught up in this.
I was just saying that I can't usually do two things at once unless one of them is keeping me busy, like my hands busy.
All right, here's the big reveal. Okay, so some of this got under there because I was having a good time. That's okay, because you can come back with your pen and just clean up those edges. Make sure my head's not in the way.
Yep, you're good.
This one got messier than my last one, but that's okay. We got it. We can fix it. That's why I like doing the 2-color thing with this, because then it's like no big deal.
Is that a black pen?
Just a black precise pen, my favorite pen. Which is nice if you're doing this with black, because black is easy to match. Yeah, and just run around in those little edges. Yeah, last time I only had just a couple of spots. So if you got a lot of spots, that's all right. You can do this couple, that's also fine. Sometimes these results just different each time. So you don't have to feel like, hey, what did I do wrong? If this happened to you, you can just clean it up. And I think it's because I was just pressing down and a lot of paint from or ink for my pen was getting underneath the surface. And I think once you paint your paper, it might be like a little bit wavy, you know?
I see.
So it makes the stencil
not perfectly flat anymore.
Right. So then there's a chance that it can go in there. And I usually go a little slower so it has time to dry before I move on to the next one. But I'm just on these tutorials, just talking and chatting. Okay, because now I have more time to chat and talk while I work on it. See how that's starting to clean up?
That looks good.
Thank you.
I shouldn't sound shocked when I say that. That looks great, Jessie.
Wow, you really pulled that off.
Not what I was expecting.
Good times, this
That's
guy.
me. That's a roast. That's an accidental roast.
It's okay. I don't know, I kind of find this part of it fun too. Just going back in and cleaning it up. And these stencils are fun to make mandalas, especially if you feel intimidated by like drawing your own.
I have often wanted to get a cool stencil and do a stencil an entire table.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I've been putting these stencils on everything. I did my notebook that I carry around, like my little bullet journal, and I keep my lists and to-do things.
Yeah.
Put one on there. A table would be fun. Need a bigger stencil, or unless you wanted to do like a repetitive stencil. What are you thinking?
I'm not sure. It just would. I feel like it would just be a really fun project, and then learning how to seal that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You just got a couple more of these to just. Okay. So hint is go a little slower. Don't press your white pen so much that it leaks under. But if it happens, no big deal, because you can do what I'm doing, which is just coming along the edges to clean it up. During the whole process of these videos and creating projects for you guys, I get to do these projects several times. And different things happen, which is good because it kind of gives me a gauge for like what you guys may be experiencing, and then I can kind of teach to that.
Yeah, that is convenient.
So I'm glad this went down like this, because then I could show you. It's all good. Don't worry. It's going to be beautiful.
It's gonna be great.
Okay. How's that looking, Keenan? Did I get all the little spots?
As far as I can see, and I've got 2 camera angles.
Okay, so got that. Now the squiggles, which is really simple. Just going to draw a line out from the beginning, the center outward. And I'm going to do a couple to kind of establish the direction of them.
That looks cool.
Thanks. It's a lot of fun.
Just those 2 lines looked cool. See that? Oh, that looks so neat.
So then you can kind of follow the wave of your line after that. I like to run my pen off the edge, so if you like doing that, you might want to put something under your workspace.
I'm feeling a nautical theme with this.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not sure why. Might be like a, I almost said life jacket, but I don't know. That's awesome.
So now I'm going to do one right in the middle of these to kind of get that average there, and then I'm going to come back. Just so fun and relaxing. So you can get your lines closer together, farther apart. It's really just up to your preference, like what you're feeling like doing. Anybody can do this. Even if you've never done art before, I feel like this is one you could do.
This is a great one. Yeah, you've got stencils, pens, some paint, 1 color. Well, 2 colors with your pens.
Yeah, liking it.
That is cool.
Thanks.
Now I'm seeing like a floating eye.
Yeah. See, and it kind of reminds me of the center of a flower.
Oh, yeah.
Got a little something on here. Okay. This is the last bit. There we have it.
Nice.
We did it. And that didn't take very long. So you can make a postcard for Anne, you can make a couple extra for someone else who needs a little pick-me-up in their day. And you can also apply this idea to your art journal and do some designs like this to continue the mandala theme in your art journal. Thanks so much for making this with us. We hope that you will make it, get it to the post office, send it on its way so that you can brighten Anne's day. Thanks.
Make sure you send it.
Yes, gotta send it. Don't leave it on your desk.
Send it.
Thanks, Keenan. If you want to see what other people have been making with these postcards, you can check out our Facebook group, and you can find us at Let's Make Art Journals there, or you can look for the hashtag Let's Make Art Journals on Instagram, and you can find us and what people are making there. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you next time.